Hey YouTube, we're back with another video. In this video we're going to be making an old US Army recipe called SOS. It stands for Shot on a Shingle. Obviously shot means something else, but y'all can figure that out if you don't already know. As a child, I remember my stepdad making it once, but I don't remember how it tasted or if I liked it. If it isn't obvious, we're putting our own twist on things. We're cooking it on the wood stove, and we're not putting the SOS over loaf bread. We're making cornbread to go with it. The cornbread will be made in the electric oven, but I'll tell you how to make it in a pinned comment. Also, for the sake of time, I will be cutting the camera when need be. And that's the end of the script, YouTube. I'm gonna have to get the pan greased and ready for the ground beef, and let it heat up, but I'm not gonna show that. I'll just click on and let y'all see the meat cooking. Okay, YouTube, let's get that eye off of there and get the pan set up there. We'll let this pan heat up a little bit, and we'll get started on this. Alright, YouTube, I'm not going to make you suffer through watching that pan heat up. I'll just bring y'all back when the meat's done and drained, and we're getting ready to add the other ingredients. Fire's pretty hot tonight, YouTube. Got the pan heated up and the meat cooking pretty quick. Okay, YouTube, meat's done. Let's get it over to the stove so it can drain. Alright, we'll let that meat strain, and then we'll get finished. We'll get doing the other things we'll let the meat strain, then we'll get busy doing the other things that the recipe calls for. I'm gonna move y'all back in front of the wood stove. Alright, YouTube, let's finish this SOS meal up. I've got everything I need sitting there on that napkin on the floor. It's there on the floor because I simply don't have a table to set that I trust sitting that close to the heater. So, I mean, it's unprofessional. It doesn't look right, but it is what it is. It's what I got to work with, and it's what I'm going to use. Let's get this done. We got to melt our butter first. It says 2 tablespoons of butter. Actually, I need to grab a fork. Okay, let's see here. Next we'll add the flour. Well, damn it, melt. I just want you to melt. It says to melt the butter over medium heat. As slow as this is taking to melt, I would probably guesstimate this is more like low heat. Of course, while the camera was off, I did choke the fire down, and it ain't got exactly gotten back as hot as it was. Okay, butter's finally melted. Now we need to add the flour. It calls for a 1/4 cup of flour. I've got a little bit more than that, but that's what we're using. So stir it until it turns into like a paste. Now, I should have measured that a little bit better. It says add 1 beef bouillon cube. And that's what I got right here. 1 beef bouillon cube. Then it says 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. That's a 1/4 teaspoon plus some. We need to stir all this shit up, which is sticking to my pan. I'll go ahead and add the milk. Calls for 2 1/4 cups of milk. If I like this and decide to make it again, I'm gonna use all the same ingredients, but it's gonna be done a whole lot differently than this. YouTube, I gotta come out of this jacket. This thing got powerful warm in here. Whew. It's about 70 degrees in here when we lit the fire. But it's like around 50 outside. Okay. Well, that bouillon cube just doesn't want to do nothing, does it? I wonder if it'd do better if I crumbled it up or something. I think that's what we're gonna do is crumble it up. It wouldn't crumble. I probably should have went on and used my bigger pan for this. The one that I normally bake my biscuit bread in. I probably should have used it. But I didn't, so. Alright, let's move this to the stove. Oh no, you know what? No. We'll go ahead and add the ground beef back to it. This strainer. I will go ahead and post the type the recipe for this out if some of y'all want to try it in the pinned comment, as well as how I do the cornbread. The cornbread I don't exactly make from cornmeal. I use Martha White Mexican style cornbread mix to make my cornbread. But you guys will see all that in the pinned comment. Alrighty, let's move this to the stove. Move this to the stove, and then we'll start making the cornbread. I'm not going to show you guys making the cornbread because I really don't see any point in showing myself cooking, showing y'all how to cook from a package. So I'm not going to show that part. But when we come back, you'll see me making my plate, and I'll be sitting down at the table to eat. All right, hold on, YouTube. All right, YouTube, let's get that cornbread out of the oven. And get stuck. Oh, that didn't stick too bad. Alrighty. Let's see how this SOS tastes. YouTube, it ain't bad at all. Think I'll be keeping that recipe and making this again. Okay, let's move over to the table. Well, see how this cornbread tastes, YouTube. Maybe I should have waited a few more minutes and let that cornbread cool off. It's kind of hot. Seriously, it tastes as good as it always did. I use Martha White Mexican style cornbread for this. It calls for milk. I change milk to buttermilk. And then give it that extra, I guess, southern flavor or whatnot. I take a bag of plain old pork skins, just one plain bag about yay tall, and mash them up real good to where they're about like dust. And then I'll dump it right into the mix. And note, I use 2 Martha White cornbread mixes. So that's the way you can use that one big bag all at once. I don't need a lot of potato chips and pork skins around here, and if I didn't do it that way, the pork skins would just lay around here and get hard and never get never get eaten. But if you want to just make one thing of cornbread, you can use a smaller bag. I mean, it's not the pork skins ain't that big of a deal. That is really good. Oh, that is good, good, good. I'll be keeping that recipe and making this again. Alright, YouTube, I don't have a whole heck of a lot to say tonight. Well, no, I need to say this. I've got 2 more videos planned. Well, no, let me say this first. And one of my videos, I don't remember if it was the last one or the next to the last one in the cooking on a wood stove series, I asked for input on what people would like to. I asked people to give me ideas of what to make on the wood stove next. I literally got one response out of that. My brother Thomas told me to do the SOS. And well, he suggested that I do the SOS, and so I did it. Now I'll be making that quite a bit more often. I've got 2 more videos planned after this. I've been coming across something on YouTube for the last couple of years that bothers me. There's people out there that are posting comments and even at least one video talking about felons can own black powder weapons. You know, the muzzle loaders. They don't go into a lot of detail about it, and none of them tell you that only certain states allow felons to have a black powder weapon. My state of Georgia, expressly prohibits it. In fact, most of the Southeast prohibits felons from having black powder weapons. There's a few of the states out over going west where they're crazy anyway. Anyway, there's a couple states out there that allow it, and I think like maybe Massachusetts or something like that. Anyway, I got to do all my research on all that and I want to be able to actually quote where to find it in a few different states' law books, because I was commenting at someone in a comments thread, because he was saying the same thing about felons could have them, and I told him, hey dude, that's not true, not entirely true. Only a few states allow that, and for some reason those comments kept disappearing. I don't know if it was the fella that posted the video removing them. Maybe they were getting reported to YouTube and they were being removed. But I'm gonna do my own video on that to tell, so people, maybe a few people will see it, and with me quoting where to find it in different states' law books, maybe they'll wake up and realize that, hey, I might not be able to do this. But anyway, it is what it is. The other video that I have planned is just going to be a video of why I don't carry 22 rimfire every day anymore. And yeah, well, I don't want to ruin that video. You just have to watch it and see. Good night, YouTube. I thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all would take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment. All right. Good night, YouTube. Y'all have a good night.